Hey there everybody, Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have another Stampin' Show and Tell for you. As I've been doing the whole month, I'm focusing on the Magnolia line suite, and today we're just going to be doing Papers, Ink, and Stamp with the set. We are going to do 3 different renditions of basically the same card. I will break up each card demonstration into separate videos so you can watch them separately, but they all build from the original here. And then we add some embossing and die cutting, and then we add some multiple layers of embossing and die cutting for the final one. So we're going to use the same colors for all 3. We've got Granny Apple Green and the Purple Posy, right? Obviously we're using the same image, the same sentiment. I am going to be using the basic sequence in the kind of the iridescent finish because I found it worked well on both colors, so it picks up what it's around. So that made that easy. So let's go ahead and get started with doing our first card. Okay, so I'm going to move these 2 aside for now. And we're just going to start with this first card. So this card is really a very basic card. I've got a Granny Apple Green card base. Okay, we're going to ink and stamp our large flower. Now I'm going to use Memento ink because we are using the Stampin' Blends to color our flower. So remember, Memento is for your alcohol-based ink for our blend markers because they are alcohol-based. So I'm going to stamp that up nice and heavy with the Memento. And then I'm going to flip this over. And it is a cling set, so I have my label on there. I can see how I'm positioning it. And I'm just going to put it right down like that. Alright, give that a good press. Transfer all that ink over to the cardstock for a nice clean image. And there we go. And let that dry for a minute. While I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put my sentiment on. So I'm using the Granny Apple Green to stamp my sentiment so it coordinates with the card base and the flowers colors we're going to use on the leaves. So just real simple, stamp that in the bottom. Okay. Now I will zoom in while I do my blend coloring, so patience while I adjust the camera here. Make sure I'm going to put this where you can see it. Alright, so I'm going to bring in my Granny Apple Green and my Purple Posy markers. Now, have you been waiting for that Purple Posy ink? Me too. I will give you an update though. The Purple Posy Classic ink for the stamp pad has finally been approved for production with a supplier, and hopefully sometime in September we will be notified as to when we might be able to start ordering that color ink pad. Now, you can get the Stampin' Right markers in Purple Posy. You can also get the Purple Posy blends, so you don't have to go completely without that 5th new ink color. But the stamp pad is currently being produced so that we can have it available to you. So if you're like me and you've been holding off on buying the whole 5 set of classic ink pads, I like to buy them as a bundle and get that discount. Even though I'm a demo and I get a discount, I like to save even more when I can. So I've been holding off to buying my ink pad bundle. So if you're like me and have gone without them so far, the time will be coming soon when we can order those. So now, as you can see, I'm just painting with my light Granny Apple Green on the leaf here. And then I'm going to go back with the darker one and add just a little bit of shading. Now, as you can see on this image, it's got some dark patches on it already, right? Well, that's where I'm going to go ahead and highlight my dark images for the leaf. Now, if you wanted to just leave it nice and tame like that without extra shadowing, you could, as I did on my original sample. I'll compare the 2 next to each other. But if you want to do some simple shading, see how I'm just coming back now in and just kind of letting my ink dance around on the already darkened shadows of the leaf. Right? I'm not an artist. I can make cards with stamps and images that are provided to me, you know, and that's why I love Stampin' Up, because I can create beautiful things and not have to be that talented at drawing the art. But you can take cues from the images that they put into our stamps as far as where you should be shading, where you should be putting a shadow. So let the inks do the job for you and let the images help you along with maybe knowing where to put some of that shadow. So just a little bit of shadow. Now, did you catch I went outside the line there? If you have our color lifter, which is the white one, you can come back and remove some of that colored ink if you get outside the line. Now already in my mind I'm saying I'm going to put sequins on this card, so I can always just stick my sequins over the spot where it's a little bit outside the line, but the color lifter is a nice tool to do that too. Alright, so make sure I'm still in the frame here. I think I am. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to the posy. So I decided I wanted something a little bit different. I did a whole bunch of cards for my class this month with sticking with the Designer Series paper colors, so Mossy Meadow, Soft Suede, Petal Pink, Early Espresso kind of colors. And I decided I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit brighter, cheery, and so I decided on the Granny Apple Green, which is one of my new favorite greens, and this purple posy. So just get this flower all shaded in with my light purple posy blend here. Now you notice with leaves I was turning my image around to work. Now with my flower, since it's kind of more central, I don't have to necessarily do that. But when you're working on your projects, do it the way it feels comfortable for you, right? There is no right or wrong way to do your card. So here is my light purple posy. I am going to leave that center bare, and I'm going to put some Daffodil Delight in there. So let me do that. So I'm going to put the Daffodil Delight in my center. Be really cute too. We have those, don't know, I think maybe they're crushed curry, but we have those yellow center flower spots. They're kind of fuzzy. Those would be kind of really cute on here as an additional embellishment if you wanted. Alright, so I've done my stem, and now I'm going to come in with my dark purple posy. And again, I'm just going to kind of follow the shading of the image to help me know where to put down a little extra color. Of course, you don't have to take my advice. You can color your flower however you want to. But it is one way of looking at the image and thinking about how to add some color to it. You can also take color off it. That color lifter is great for shading out color too. So if you color something in and it's a little too dark, you can use that color lifter to just lighten the color on your image. Let's see, I think I just need to be done. I'm just adding color now randomly as I talk. Okay, so putting them away for now. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out. Here we go. Alright, so see, my two flowers are similar but different, right? So when you color, they're not going to be exactly the same. Now this one goes together super quick. We're just going to put snail on the back, or you could use dimensionals on the back if you wanted to give it a little bit of pop. I'm just going to put this one down with snail. Just center it on my frame there. And then I'm going to bring in my sequins, alright? And I'm just going to add a few random sparkles. See, I did cover that one up. A few random sparkles around just to catch the light. And there is the first card, right? So pretty easy. Paper, inks, stamps, some blends. I did add a little bit of bling with the sequins, but those go a long way. So don't feel like that's an expensive embellishment to add. And there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this first card. Like I said, there are going to be two more. I'm going to go ahead and shoot the next two right away, and I'll put them all up so you can just go 1, 2, 3. So I hope you enjoyed this simple stamping project, and stay tuned for the next one, which will be slightly stepped up. Alright everybody, see you really soon. Bye. Bye.